Hey, I'm Adam Jusko, and this is Strictly Credit Cards, where we talk about strictly credit cards. Subscribe, why don't you? In this video, we are going to review the Bank of America Cash Rewards card, a card that I think could be good if you are looking for just one cashback card to hold for all your purchases, but for me, probably better as a complimentary card if you wanted to hold multiple cards and do better in returns in multiple categories. So let's start by looking at the basics on the rewards end. The Bank of America Cash Rewards card is a no annual fee Visa credit card that gives you rewards using the following formula. You get 3% cash back in a category of your choice from 6 categories that Bank of America has already provided. So you choose one of these categories to get 3% in, and that is dining, travel, gas, online shopping, drugstores, or home improvement / home furnishing. So you choose one of those and you get 3% there. You will get 2% in the grocery store or wholesale club category, and then you get 1% cash back on anything else that you buy with the card. Now, those 3% and 2% categories do have a cap of $2,500 per calendar quarter. So if you spend over $2,500 in your 3% category and your 2% category combined, anything that you purchase in those categories beyond $2,500 is only going to pay you 1%. You can also change that 3% cashback category on a monthly basis. So if you knew you were going to spend a lot in a particular category of those 6 that I talked about, you could have one category in one month and then the next month change. So maybe you had home improvement, a bunch of stuff you bought in one month, but you knew the next month you weren't going to be buying in that category so much, but you might be purchasing a lot via online shopping or something. You could change that category one time per month. As I make this video, new card holders to the Bank of America Cash Rewards card can earn a $200 bonus if you spend $1,000 or more with the card in the first 3 months that you have it. This is a very nice bonus for a no annual fee card. You're not going to find too many other cards that are going to give you more than this. Some of them may match it, but most of them are going to be less than that $200 that you could potentially get here. In terms of redeeming those rewards, you can use them as a statement credit. You can have them deposited into a Bank of America or Merrill Lynch account, or you can have a check written and sent to you. Now, in some of those cases, you can actually just have it directly deposited regardless of the amount that you actually have in rewards. If you want to check, and in some cases with some of the Bank of America and Merrill Lynch accounts, you might have to wait until you have $25 in rewards saved up before you can actually redeem. It's a little confusing as to what the difference is, but if you wanted an actual check in your hands, you definitely would have to wait until $25. So looking at those cashback categories, a little commentary here. The 3% on that category of your choice is where the sort of real prize is with this card. And in particular, I would say that the prize is that 3% on online shopping. You could get 3% cashback with other cards on the market for dining, for travel, for gas, but 3% on online shopping is unique within the market. So for me, that is the place where there's really value here, where you would not be able to find otherwise. 2% on groceries is okay, and then 1% on everything else is sort of the industry standard. Now that cap on the 3% and 2% categories, $2,500 every calendar quarter. For a lot of people, that's probably not a problem. Spending $2,500 over 3 months in those 3% and 2% categories maybe is not a ceiling that you are going to hit. However, if you think that you might hit that ceiling, I would guess that for many people that would be the grocery side that would make you go over that $2,500 if you have a fairly high grocery bill. And since that 2% on groceries is not all that attractive when compared to other cards on the market, that's where I would probably put my groceries on a different card if I thought that I was going to reach that cap. So there are other 2% flat cashback cards on the market. The Blue Cash Everyday card from American Express actually is a no annual fee card. card that gives you 3% on your grocery store purchases. So you could do as well or better with that 2%, and that would help you not have to worry about hitting that $2,500 cap in spending. And so then you can make sure you max out that 3% category instead of too much of your spending going toward that 2% category that you could just as easily get somewhere else. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned yet that could change everything I just talked about is if you already have a significant banking relationship with Bank of America and or Merrill Lynch. Because if you have a lot of money with Bank of America and or Merrill Lynch already, you could get a sizable boost to all those percentages I just talked about. So the Bank of America Preferred Rewards program gives you extras on your credit card rewards as well as other extras and discounts on certain loans if you have a certain amount with the bank or invested with Merrill Lynch. So if you have $20,000 or more, you can get a 25% boost on those credit card rewards. If you have $50,000 or more in Bank of America and Merrill Lynch accounts, you would get a 50% boost on those percentages I just talked about. And if you had $100,000 or more, you would get a 75% boost. So if you had $100,000 or more in Bank of America, checking, savings, Merrill Lynch investing, whatever it is, put them all together. And if you have over $100,000, those 3%, 2%, and 1% categories boost them by 75%. 3% becomes 5.25%. 2% becomes 3.5%. 1% becomes 1.75%. So then all of a sudden, if you have that relationship with Bank of America, you're getting a heck of a lot more from this card, and it looks pretty great as an everyday card. I wouldn't suggest putting $100,000 into any Bank of America accounts just to get this, but if you already have the relationship, well, then this card is pretty great. All right, so that's the rewards side of the Bank of America Cash Rewards card. Let's look at the rates and fees side. As I said already, this is a no annual fee card. In terms of 0% offers, this card does offer 0% on both purchases and balance transfers for the first 12 billing cycles that you have the card, which is roughly the first 12 months. So 0% on purchases means you can make purchases, let them sit on the card for a little while within that first 12 months, and even if you don't pay them off for 3 or 4 months, you're not going to pay any interest on them. So that's good for essentially the first year. 0% on balance transfers means you can transfer balances from other cards that maybe have higher interest onto this card. You won't pay any interest on those balances for the first 12 billing cycles. However, there is a 3% balance transfer fee, which means any balances that you move from one card onto this card, you are going to get an upfront 3% fee on them. So say you moved $1,000 from a different card onto this Bank of America Cash Rewards card, you would pay a $30 balance transfer fee up front in order to move the money. Overall, this would still save you, because if you had a higher interest card that you were paying interest on, you would, over time be paying more than what that balance transfer fee is, but you should know that you are going to have to pay that up front in order to get these sort of longer term savings. After those first 12 billing cycles, you are going to have an interest rate on those purchases or those balances that are sitting on the card of anywhere from 13.99% to 23.99%, and that will be decided when you actually apply for the card. They will look at your credit history and make you an offer of whatever interest rate they think you should qualify for within that range. Now, this is as I make this video, interest rates can change. That's a pretty big range though, so you could have a very reasonable rate, or at least for credit cards, on the 13.99% and 23.99% not so excellent. And then we also want to look at any extra fees if you use the card outside of the United States. Foreign transaction fees, this card has them. So if you use the card outside of the US, you are going to be charged an extra 3% of whatever you buy as a foreign transaction fee. This is certainly not unheard of for no annual fee cards like this. It used to be the industry standard, but there are more and more no annual fee cards that don't charge a 3% international transaction fee. So if you're someone that does travel outside of the United States, or you think you will be in the future, this may not be the card that you want to use. You may want to choose a different card when you travel outside the US. So overall, the Bank of America Cash Rewards card, a solid but not spectacular cash back card. That 3% category, especially if you choose online shopping, is something unique in the market. The rest of the card is okay. Like I said, you can do better in certain categories with other no annual fee cards as well. Two cards that I would talk about here are the Wells Fargo Propel American Express card, which gives you 3% on many of the same categories that you would choose 3% here. So gas, travel, dining, you get 3% on all of them. So that's a little bit better in terms of how that card works. Like I said earlier, Blue Cash Every Day from American Express give you 3% on your grocery store purchases. So you could do better in that category as well. So this is a card that maybe you would choose as a complement to some of those other cards, maybe a complement also to a flat cashback card like the Citi Double Cash that gives you 2% on everything you buy. It all depends on how many cards you want to hold. And if you have that prior relationship with Bank of America, have a lot of money already stashed with them and or Merrill Lynch, then obviously, like I said earlier, you could do very well. You wouldn't have to think about any of those other cards. That's it. Comments, questions, suggestions, put them in the comments section below and I will do my best to answer them. Otherwise, I thank you for watching. Please subscribe and we'll see you next time.